YouTube crew, what is going on, and welcome back. Now today we have another great video talking about how you can win more 50-50 situations. Look, there is no doubt that losing a 50-50 is one of the most frustrating things in Warzone, and it's probably the cause of over 50% of Warzone rage quits. So as always, if you find this video helpful, make sure you hit that thumbs up button. Let's go hashtag coin flip down in the comments below for the algorithm. If you are looking to continue getting better at Warzone, make sure you are subscribed with that notification bell turned on so that you don't miss any videos. Let's get into it. So format for today, I'm going to be rolling clips in the background, talking you through each tip, but I want to start here. This is, again, courtesy of True Game Data, one of my favorite websites in terms of understanding damage profiles of certain guns and certain builds. So what I want you to notice is the different values in terms of head, neck, chest, stomach, extremities, because this is going to be important in winning a 50-50 situation. Head, obviously the most. Neck, chest, obviously very similar. We have stomach, and we have then extremities being legs and arms. Now this changes per gun. Notice that the bullfrog, the neck, chest, stomach are the same. Head and extremities are obviously, head is more, extremities are less. Let's do one more. Let's take a look at the Mac 10. So again, head's the most, neck, chest, stomach are the same, extremities are the least. And the reason that I bring this up is because it applies to both tip number 1 and tip number 2. Now tip number 1, I'm going to get the obvious one out of the way first. You have to work on your aim. Aim is crucial in a 50-50 situation because any bullet that you miss is a window that your opponent can down you. And I want to go back to our example that I just showed you because that also applies. You have to be hitting head, neck, maybe even chest shots in there. You need to be hitting the high damage value areas because if you miss bullets, if you hit toe shots or knee shots or even stomach shots, that could be the difference between winning a 50-50 and losing. A lot of times it is a split second difference between getting that down and not getting it. 50-50 is a race to 250 damage, right? That's it. First to 250 gets the down, is ultimately going to get the thirst. So we need to be hitting those high damage areas. And I actually really love the way that I practice and the way that I warm up to get better at this situation, right? Set that ADS multiplier way up. I'm going to leave this video at the end for you, specifically if you haven't seen it before. But basically, turn that ADS multiplier up. Work on those close range situations. Work on being more precise with that right stick, right? Because when somebody's so close to you that you are in a situation that it's a 50-50 and you're shooting at each other, you want to be super precise with that right stick so that you can hit those high damage areas. Again, high damage areas win 50-50s. How many times have you been in a situation where you're like, that guy just got more headshots than I did, right? That's why you won the 50-50. You want to start being that person. Now, tip number 2 is going to be your movement, right? We need to be avoiding bullets. Let's go back to our example. And this is why I showed this to you to start off. Extremities deal less, shots to extremities deal less damage, right? So if you are avoiding bullets, if you are strafing while shooting, if you are jumping while shooting, and again, I did a video on this, 3 must-have Warzone movements. I will leave that video at the end for you, so leaving 2 videos at the end for you. Obviously my warm-up and also my movement video. If you are strafing while shooting, if you are jumping and forcing your opponent to hit extremities instead of head and neck shots, you are going to win that race to 250 damage. So those 2 things combined, we have to work on our aim so that we're not missing bullets. We have to work on our movement so that we are avoiding bullets and making sure our opponent is dealing less damage to us. Those are the 2 biggest tips that I can give you. Actually, those are 2 big tips that I can give you in terms of winning 50-50s. Now let's go to the most important tip in my opinion in order to win a 50-50 situation. Now, tip number 3, and you probably already know what it is. Talked about it before. I'm talking about it today. I'm going to talk about it again in the future because it is crucial for your success in Warzone, specifically in 50-50s. Anticipation. Who is going to get that first shot? That first shot is going to give you such an advantage in that 50-50 situation. And a lot of times, it's just a matter of being ready for your opponent, anticipating where they are. Instead of turning a corner and waiting to see them and then going to shoot, you need to be essentially ready for that person to be there and then be like, oh, okay, they aren't there. Now we can adjust and figure out where they are. A lot of times what happens is people turn a corner and they're like, oh my gosh, there they are. They were on radar, but they are right there, and now I can confirm they are, and then they have to go shoot an ADS, and then they lose the 50-50. If you anticipate well, you will start to win more 50-50s. And here's the funny part about it. If you know a guy's camping in a stairwell, and you anticipate it well, and you hit your shots, you hit some neck shots and some head shots, you move a little bit, you strafe a little bit, you win that 50-50 situation. If you know a guy's camping in a corner of a building and you anticipate well, you jump peek that corner, you hit your shots, you win that 50-50 situation. So you start to see how these things come together and just play perfectly together so that you can start winning those 50-50 situations. Then you play it up, you reposition it, and you re-engage the fight. Hope you found today's video helpful. As I always say, let's get better today, and I will see you tomorrow.